We are live.
It's been a while. How are you?
It's been a long time, isn't it? And we need to just get this.
Holly dolly.
Holly dolly. So we've live. We've not been live for a while, right?
I know we're going to discuss a bunch of things today.
We're just going to have a ramble, really.
And every single one of the things we're going to discuss are controversial.
For Soraya, that was new.
No.
Gina made it. I thought Gina wasn't going to make it.
Gina! Gina's doing awesome in the
Bitter's
clan.
on as well. Happy days. Look, Hans, you're all so hot. It's pretty warm here.
Do you know what, it's funny because there's a lot of our clan members say that word y'all.
Y'all, yeah.
And Gina's one of them actually, isn't he? Y'all.
Is that a Southern American thing? Is it?
I'm not sure.
Southern US, Southern state. I don't know. Where's y'all? Amber's on. She's a
So
clan
where
member.
are y'all from?
Sunny Poland, Cassia, Kevin Gray. Hello,
Nice.
boys. Michael Burns, get naked. We've been on literally 1 minute 12.
Come on.
Joey's
Joey.
on. Joey.
All sunburned. I think you're sunburned. It's usually me that's sunburned.
Yeah, I've been out all day though. So I was at my daughter's sports
Yummy
day.
a lot.
I'm heading off, but I'll watch later if this stays up. Nadine's on. Swish that hair, Nadine. Swoosh. Big bear hugs, coaches. Thanks, Joey. Oh, we've missed everybody,
It's
haven't
funny
we?
because I was shopping with Sarah today, helping her with some holiday stuff. I actually thought of Joey. I was like, oh man, Joey would be awesome right here because she was like, what do you think she wear? I'm like, I like you in a kind of dress, and like I'm not too sure. Like I need to see something on to decide if I like it or not, rather than just like, what do you think of this? And what do you think of this? And what do you think of this? I'm like, I don't know.
I'm going to start writing down, because when Joey posts on Instagram, there's certain models that just, I mean, all his models are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but there's certain models where you're like, wow, I'm going to have to start writing them down, because it's like either Miss USA or Miss Jacksonville or whatever they
What are
are.
you going to do with this list, Rab? Or is it the pictures?
It's my to-do list. My to-do list. Oh man, we're up to 63 people on. It's our favourite Scotsman.
Hey.
Happy days. South African waving at you. South Africa. Way, Kevin. Happy days. Happy days. So yeah, we're going to discuss a few different bits and pieces today, aren't we?
Yeah. So we've got a couple of things that we're obviously in the media at the moment that we think would be popular to discuss. But if you've got any topics that you want our opinion on, then fire away, and we'll hopefully chat about them.
Yeah, we're going to mix it up a bit with our lives recently. So what we're going to start doing is just rambling, right, about more recent topics and giving our opinions and just having chat some shit.
Go and scroll back up a wee second. Daniel Millard says he's giving me compliments on his.
You guys are looking as you. Oh, and Steve and I have been
biceps.
Ooh,
Nice.
take them to the gun show.
I'll see. Let's see them, but can't see them.
Cassie's saying, where'd you get so tan? We've actually had Scottish summer, which is the best week of the year.
To be honest, this thing's lasted like a good week and a half.
Yeah, it's doing well, right?
Now, what? Billy, lie down.
Our girls are running about here.
Lie down.
Our bitches.
Lie down.
And they're tying themselves up in leads and right. It's got a pus full of dirt. Yummy. I'm Karis from the United States, Columbus, Ohio. Black gay man, and you guys are very attractive. Good work for you guys. Good things you guys do and help people and help feel better about themselves. Happy days.
It's good. This is an observation. I've never introduced myself as a white straight man.
No, I don't do it. It's just
Is that I don't know. Is that
yeah. Well, one of the things we always try and promote is you shouldn't define yourself by your sexuality. Really, isn't it?
or race? Well, actually, there's a question. How should you define yourself?
Yeah.
As long
Because
as
we
there's a
can't
rap-
see them, but they can see us. So
Right,
right away
yeah.
they know we're white, right?
Yeah. So I guess okay. So we'll give you that one because we can't see you. We need to get an idea of who these people are.
Yep.
Um,
RD's a human being.
human
We're all
being,
just
that's-
people, exactly. So
yeah.
you know, there was somebody commented once upon a time. They were really nice, very, very kind. But they said, "I'm a gay fitness instructor from somewhere."
Yeah.
But imagine that was the other way around. Like, you wouldn't need to say I'm a straight trainer from
No,
Scotland. You
and
just I'm a
actually-
trainer from Scotland.
Yeah, because I think it was Morgan Freeman was interviewed on the subject about was it Black Week or Black Month?
Yeah.
And he says, "How do you feel?" And he says, "I don't want it." And he says, "Well, how do you suggest that we talk more about getting equal rights and and inequality and stuff?" And he says,
Yeah.
"Stop talking about it." He says, "That's the only way. We don't want sort of Black Month and there's a few things that are clever about it and other things that you could not argue with, but
Yeah. So what I guess what we're saying is think about how you would define yourself when introducing to someone. Like what is important to you and what would you say?
yeah,
You know, what would you say? I guess we'd say, hi, we're Steve and I, we're fathers, right?
yeah.
We're online trainers,
Telepups,
coaches.
come.
Yeah, what would you be? I say an elevator speech,
Yeah,
but shortened
yeah.
version, isn't
Who
it?
are you?
Yeah. Like for me, I wouldn't need to. I wouldn't. There's certain things I wouldn't say, but.
Yeah. Kilted. Oh, the Kilted Bros are on. Kilted Bros, how
Oh,
we doing?
happy days.
Let's scroll up a wee bit.
Kilted Bros, they've never been on our live stream.
No, I
have
don't
they?
think they have. Kilted
The
Bros.
reason some of us call out identities so that we aren't invisible. Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's
okay,
nothing
so
wrong with calling out identities, but how you define yourself.
Yeah, what is that identity then? That's what we would say. What's your identity? Anyway, Kilted Bros are on. I think you guys have actually given us a compliment at one point and we kind of discussed it. So anyway, anyone who's not checking out the Kilted Bros should go and do so.
Hi from Minnesota. I'm assuming that's Minnesota.
Ah, bugger, I got logged off.
Sick. No, you're still here though.
You're still there. Corona, yeah. We'll love a Corona.
Catherine says, I would try to avoid defining myself because you're different to different people. Exactly. But it's funny why people define themselves a certain way.
And that's never a negative. Okay, so that the gentleman who said, you know, I'm a gay black man, those identifiable
are important to him.
features are important to him, which is fair enough, and we're not criticising that at all. I think it was more an observation to say, do you know what? How do you define yourself? Because I would say, well, who are you? Well, I'm a personal trainer. I'm now a YouTuber, which is a weird thing to say. But these are things that are obviously prominent in my mind. I guess that other people might say, well, why would you say you're a YouTuber? That's a bit strange.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So well, what did they say? So it was like literally within one sentence. How would you describe yourself in one sentence then? I would say, hi, I'm Rab. I would probably give my age, which is the same thing as giving colour and sexuality, really, because why does my age matter?
Right, here's the thing then. If you were me, how would you identify with
here
me?
we go. Right, so I would say, hi, I'm Stephen. I'm a 35-year-old successful personal trainer and coach from Scotland. I'd probably get father in there as well. I'm Stephen. I'm a 35-year-old father of 3, successful coach from Scotland. That's probably the way I'd roll with it. But it's interesting. Why would age be a thing as well? I don't know why. And yet I would do age.
Yeah,
the same way
would.
the gentleman said the sexuality. It's to say, why do we do it?
I guess it would matter if you're writing about it or speaking about it, because if you're meeting somebody like face to face, you would never say, I'm a 35-year-old guy. You're like, well, I can roughly tell your age by the way you look.
Yeah. But then is it trying to, it's like what the Kilted Bros were suggesting, it's about belonging to a group. Now if I say I'm a 34-year-old, because I'm younger than you motherfucker, if I say I'm 34-year-old, the people that are born in the 80s will say, yeah, I was born in the 80s too, therefore he'll know the same kind of things, right? So, or if I said the colour of my skin, people with the same colour skin, but I would, blah, blah, blah.
Because
so it's maybe that.
We are tribal people, a species, we're a tribal species, and we belong to groups, and I think it's the number of groups that you can belong to, and that's ultimately it's the features of a human being, the characteristic of a human being. We want to belong to groups, but ultimately that also then results in racism and sexism
and ageism,
because like, well, I'm a white male, but well, does that mean you don't belong to the group of the blacks? Because you know what's going on there. So yeah,
I suppose so you can understand why people do it. Like in my head, I understand why I would give people my age. For some reason, that's important to me because they would understand me more.
Yeah.
From the age group I came from, and therefore you might have more common ground. But then at the same time, my age shouldn't matter either.
Is it because you're really, really immature and always just fucking around?
Well, then that's...
And you want to make it clear, like, I'm actually in my 30s.
And by the same token, I'm a father, I can actually reproduce. I'm that grown up.
Yeah. Even though I'm a dick most of the time, I'm actually 34.
Yeah. So in some ways there's benefits because you can then find common ground. In other ways,
it then creates these groups which ultimately results in people who are not in that group, which is then not diversity. What we're looking for, division.
Yeah. Hi, Stephen Ryan.
Jodie.
Jodie's on there. Gorgeous.
Jodie's coming to see us.
Jodie is now. That's in June, isn't it? Jodie in
It's
June.
actually soon. Jodie, when are you coming to see us?
Soon in June.
soon in June. It's actually really soon. It's like the 18th. I'm making it up. I don't know.
Catherine's saying, I'm 49, that gives very incorrect assumptions about me. That's true. But, Catherine, what we're saying is not assumptions, but someone else that is also 49 or between 45 and 55, say they grew up around the same time as you, they might then suggest, I guess if you're making a conversation, right, oh, did you listen to this music growing up? That's not a wild shot, right? Because
it's something to connect with, I guess.
So I guess that's why people do it, so we can answer their own questions to connect, isn't it? Hands on. Hey guys, you're not wearing protection yet. We're wearing condoms right now.
That's what I was going to say.
You just can't see them.
Have you ever heard Billy Connolly's joke about that? About condoms?
No.
And he says, condoms are like the biggest mood breaker ever.
Wait, Tilly, come. The girls are like, away taking shit.
He said, it's just so strange, like, you're getting it on, you're having a smooch, you're starting to rub places that you don't normally rub, and you're kind of all over each other, and then you're starting to whip your clothes off, and it's like, oh, you know, you're seeing areas of the other person you've never seen before, and all of a sudden you're naked, and you're about to get it on, and you're like, wait 1 second, I've got to put this thing on. and it's this really awkward...
One rubber tip.
It's really awkward moment. He's like, at what point, he said, at what point do you put it on? And he says, I mean, do you arrive with it on? And what he used to say, it was raining when I was getting changed.
Have you ever heard Billy Connolly's joke about Viagra? And it goes along the lines of, he says, I got Viagra, you know, with his wife, and he misread the bottle. And it basically went along the lines of, it read, please take 30 minutes before sex. But of course he didn't have his glasses on, so he read it as, please take 30 minutes before sex. He was a rager for like the whole Easter holidays. Now I think Clarissa just gave us the donation.
Yeah, Clarissa.
Clarissa explains it. Oh, yay. Now, Dixie, you're writing in block camera your shout now. So Dixie, we were in the middle of chatting, but we asked you a question, Dixie.
Yes. But you don't have to shout it at us.
Yeah, don't shout at us, shouty. Right, come on, Dixie.
Dixie, again, is it Dixie who's got the question?
Yeah.
So can I ask a question? It's 5 PM yet. It is actually 6:10.
Yeah. Thanks, hold up.
Hold up. Dum. What the final?
Still shouting though, still capitals.
Yeah, stop shouting, please.
Is package still key? Package of what? Lunchbox? Or is that what I mean?
I have no idea.
Do you mean lunchbox?
Is package still key? That's like code for something, right?
Code, eh? Gee, Clarissa's really jealous of these beers. When's Clarissa coming here again? She's booking her trip, isn't she?
I was actually mean on Twitter today and said I was going on holiday. She was like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to Rio.
She's in Scotland. Somebody just dissed that man Viagra joke.
Oh really? That was a good joke.
I thought it was pretty good, right? It's just...
It's still lunchtime here.
Ooh, it's lunchtime everywhere. Food all day.
Lunch. What's that from?
Lunch. Oh.
What are you thinking about? Lunch.
Oh, shit. Amber, good to see you. Thank you there.
If it helps you, he's looking at boobs at the time. He's like, what are you thinking about? He's like, lunch.
Right, Dixie's saying, like Tom Jones, David Bowie, Rod Stewart, is package still the key?
You're going to have to explain it a little bit more.
Don't get it. Really not getting it. Are you meaning your lunchbox or what? I don't know.
And Philly, shirts off, you first.
Yeah, you first. Send us it. Tweet it. Tag us in.
Yeah. Package like a decent bulge.
Like, so your lunchbox. Is it still key?
Is it key for what?
I think
I'm in a live
you're
show.
getting too much sun. I've been in the sun all day. Oh yeah, that's true. I'll be absolutely black tomorrow. And then I can be part of that community, right?
Yeah.
Joke was fine, just poor. Yeah. Kid's got fucking melons he's getting to me grapefruit. Dixie, like...
You talking about your boobs?
Gene! Me melons, me grapefruit.
So is that how you define yourself? Let's go back to that conversation.
Yeah. So we had the royal wedding this weekend past, right? Did anybody watch the royal wedding?
Yeah, who watched the royal wedding? And what's your opinion, more to the point?
Yeah, it's funny because there was mixed opinions here, particularly in Scotland, right? And it was one side of the coin was
the Queen's head.
The Queen's head. The other one's her tail. It was all to do with the cost to the taxpayer, and on the other side of the coin was the cost to tourism, or the boost to tourism.
Boost to tourism, yeah.
So I don't know if anybody was watching the royal wedding.
The thing is, people here say, "Oh, it's the taxpayers' money." It's like the royal family, and actually Prince Harry in particular, served the country pretty damn well, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Prince Harry's done tours of Afghanistan, multiple tours, and let's be fair, if the Taliban knew that Prince Harry was in Afghanistan, he would be the biggest target on the planet. But he went and did it, obviously kept his name quiet, and did it regardless, because he wanted to, show that he was willing to do what soldiers are willing to do. And I think it was a huge thing. He didn't have to do that. And I think the royal family do bring in a lot of money to the country. At the end of the day, it's an English royalty. We are Scottish, and there's opinions about that as well. But at the end of the day, I think Prince Harry's fucking awesome.
Prince Harry's is awesome. It's like
if he was here, I'd buy him a beer.
It's funny how the Scots feel about the royal family, because I don't feel like they're our royal family. They're technically German, aren't they? The Hanover.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call themselves Windsor because they live at Windsor Castle. I always have this line that sticks with me, and it's really, really simple. Now, as much as I strongly believe that the royal family are great for tourism, don't get me wrong. I think they're too big. I don't give a feck about all these silly little royals. I only like the immediate royal family. I like the little Queen.
I like the Queen's awesome. I like her.
Kate and Will's I like. Prince Charles can get the fuck.
Prince Charles can.
I think they should vote in the royal family. Vote them in. Like, the people
or
should
least,
vote.
Or at least
from
vote
the
out.
family. It's like, who are we going to endorse with our taxpayers' money?
Yeah.
That's basically right. The Queen, because she's sweet. She's like a granny figure, right?
And do you know what?
Who doesn't love the wee granny?
How long has she been on the throne for, and how many times has she fucked up?
Never.
Zero.
Yeah.
She's never fucked up. Prince Charles hasn't been on the throne yet. How many times has he fucked up? A lot. Killed his wife. I'm joking.
Is that a fuck up?
No, but he's not very popular, and I think if you're going to be the royalty for the people, and ultimately it's I'm not saying it's a plastic crown, but it's we've got a government where democracy is not a real.
As much
royalty.
as they technically have to okay, well, the Queen has to okay every law, although she's never used that power, but. It's interesting. When you talk about taxpayers' money, I don't mind it for the Queen and all that nonsense. No. But it's when Prince, what's his face, the one that divorced Fergie. I don't give a fuck about him. Charles's brother, is it? Or who cares? I don't care. All these little offsprings. It's like, piss off.
Yeah.
I don't give a monkeys, and then all their kids as well. It's like, all right, very good. There's a saying, and it goes something like this. It's you can't have a democracy when you have royalty.
Because people are more important than others.
Yeah, how can you say everybody's equal when you've got a royal family who's better than everybody else?
Yeah.
And who also has to sign off every law. It doesn't work that way, does it? So...
I was going to make a point there about something, and I can't remember what it was.
I interrupted him and broke his chain of thought. I hate the thought of paying for Boris. Boris isn't a royal, though.
Yeah, but you're talking about Boris Johnson, because he's awesome.
He's like rolled out of bed with his hair. I think he actually
he's one of those people that, like, as much as I cannot connect with the guy because he's just a different type of person completely. He's completely detached from society. It's hard not to like him at the same time.
Yeah.
Like so there's a lot of politicians out there. I think Obama was one of them, and that's again my opinion. I think he was pretty cool. I think he really connected with people, and he had this. He was personable, you could connect with him. Whereas Boris Johnson, you can't really connect with him. He's just this tough. He's like, oh, la-di-da, and his hair's like this. He's like, whoa. As soon as it blows, you're like, whoa, and he just never connects. But he's just this. I don't think there's a bad bone in his body. Just don't.
Maybe he should have a bad bone in his body. Now, to be fair, Dixie said a really good point, which is Dixie said about Elon Musk, best man on the planet, boys. Now. That was Dixie said that, wasn't it?
If he has his way, he'd be best man not on this planet.
Now,
there's a spider on the camera, look.
Oh Christ, that's creepy as fuck.
A green spider on the camera.
See if it goes over the lens, that'd be cool as fuck. Let's just crawl up the camera. Anyway, Elon Musk, but Joe, because he's the lead at Tesla at the moment. Now, Tesla was fantastic originally. Was it Nicholas Tesla? Now, do you know the story behind that? Now, this is what shows you how corporate ball-bags ruined everything. So Tesla created the whole electricity nonsense and wanted to give out to the people for nothing. right? And guess who fucking came in and spoiled the party? Nobody would back him. And then JP Morgan backed, this is the history of it, backed, what's his face?
Edison.
Edison,
Yeah.
because there was money to be made in it. So Tesla was going to give it away to the people for nothing. He wanted everyone to have light. Let there be light, literally. And fucking thing, he backed Edison. Edison got all the fame, and obviously they made money off the back of that.
It's funny because I've just finished reading a book on sleep, and basically saying that sleep is this thing that it's so. Hey, Kelly, come.
Sorry, we've got a gate here in the road.
So sleep is something that's so, I always say, like, for the human body, the things that are so important for us are really easy to get. Okay, so oxygen, really, really important, but it's so easy to get. You breathe when you're sleeping. You don't have to think about it. You just breathe, heart beating, etc. Water, really easy to get. There's rivers constantly. As soon as you get a little bit dehydrated, you become thirsty. This, that, and other. Okay, so vitamin D, the sun. Okay, you don't have to think about it. You just get it. It's so important for you. Sleep is so important for you. It's really easy to get until they introduced artificial light.
Which we can blame Edison for, because he took the paycheck. Otherwise we'd be blaming Tesla, right? Like, exactly. Tesla's a fucker, he's ruined our sleep. Thomas Edison electrocuted elephants in public to screw over Tesla. Probably, I could quite believe it.
The Kilted coaches is not easy to get.
Ooh, what? Person notes on no bossy. Hey! Now, somebody just asked a good question about fasting. Our opinion on fasting. Misha, 2005, my daughter's called Misha, not the same spelling. Fasting, now we actually, when we were away, we did 2 different types of fasting.
I was more general fasting. I stayed away from animal protein for 1 day. I was planning on doing 5, but
it was a glorious day, right?
Let's just face it, it was a shitty day and I hated it.
And I was making eggs the next morning.
On day 2, I was like, yeah, I want boiled eggs. I like protein. I can't help it.
I tried the time restricted dieting, which is like a 12-hour fast every single day. Now, while I was away, it was interesting. While I was away, I loved it. Oxygen, sleep, sun, the Kilted coaches in that order. No, it's not in that order. It's Kilted coaches first, then oxygen. Yeah, when I was away, it was great because I was able to eat the right and to relax. See, when I came back to working life, it was very difficult to follow that routine because, like, when we go to film or do a workout or whatever, I like to have my lunch first, and I like to have a good boost of energy and then go and do whatever. And I just found it difficult doing time restricted dieting when I came home and was working, because I get up at 5 in the morning, but when we were getting away, we were waking up at 5, 6 anyway.
I know.
But it's different because we're getting up, reading a book. You didn't have to eat when you got up to read a book, but if you're getting up and going straight to work, you kind of need energy to kind of be sociable.
Yeah, and also you end up finding that your day is governed by meal timing. Yeah. It's like, okay, it's breakfast time, it's lunch time, it's dinner time, sometimes have supper, and everything sort of goes on pause for these things. But when we went away, we realised that this is the natural way of the human being. Ultimately, yeah, food is important, we need food to survive, but like, I normally eat around 3,000 calories. I don't calorie count, but I just know from previous experience, that's what I eat. 3,000 calories, sometimes 3.5, sometimes 4. And when we were away, I was averaging about 1,000 calories, and we were walking for 15 miles a day, something like that.
Yeah, at least.
I felt hungry after the first day because I wasn't having animal protein, but after that I was like, you know what, I'm absolutely fine. Loads of energy, felt as good as gold, loads of energy, never had the lulls in the day that you normally have. It was just fantastic.
The same person, Misha, has also asked fasting or the keto diet. Now, they're 2 different tools. You can actually implement them both. You've got to look at all your tools at your disposal when you're dieting. You can follow a particular routine. Things like fasting, I would say, is a bonus tool, because you can follow a diet, whether it's a keto diet or whether it's low carb, high protein, whatever you're doing, right? And you can still throw a fast into the mix to mix it up a bit. So I would say that's an extra tool more than anything else. I wouldn't just do time restricted. Sorry, you 2 look great. I'm not sorry. Are you
sorry for? Did she say something previously?
I love the videos when the dogs seem to have so much fun playing in the woods. It's funny, Paul, they're here wandering about now.
Still having fun. Telepops, come.
We were laughing because it's so hot, they're kind of fighting, but they're just like, they're lying each other and just pawing. It's so hot they can't be arsed.
Abby, come on. Come say hello. Abby, come. Good girl. There you go. See, Telepop says hello.
Did you see the video I released on Boss Mila's channel? So my daughter's got a channel, which is a play video, it's a play channel, right? But when we were playing, right, basically what happened was, she had the tiger and I had the lion. I was like, who'd win in a fight? She said tiger. Now, to be fair, I was like, I'm going to Google this. And actually, right enough, in ancient Rome, they used to do that all the time in the Colosseums, lion versus tiger. I actually broke it down. It was brilliant. And 9 times out of 10, the tiger will win because the tiger is about 100 kilos heavier. It's lower to the ground, lower center of gravity. It can actually rear up higher. And the claws are slightly longer. There's a whole bunch of combinations. 2 seconds. Nala, come. Come. And but it really got me thinking, like, imagine other animals. I mean, you can't do it nowadays because animal cruelty, but imagine, like, the world changed and suddenly the animals were like, yeah, who would actually win between a lion? Well, I know a lion and a tiger now because I went and looked up.
Yeah, you Googled it. Google knows everything.
Yeah. Google, is he? Or it's lying to everybody and it's re-educating everybody wrongly. That's what it is. Fuck Google. What's that movie? Hot Tub Time Machine. You seen that? Lugal.
Never seen it.
You never seen it? So basically, Hot Tub Time Machine. And
I think I started watching it and switched off.
it's genius. So basically, a group of guys that used to go on the same holiday back to the ski resort, but when they go back, the town is deserted. But they get in the hot tub and they drink this weird radioactive energy drink. It sends them back in time, back to roughly the same time when they were there last time, when they were in their late teens or whatever it was. And but anyway, what he does is he wants to stay in the past. So then one of the guys who's Lou invents Lugal. So then when it catches up with the present, he's got this big yacht and he's like awesome. He's Lugal. It's brilliant. Hot Tub Time Machine, Benedict. That's the way forward. What was another topic we talked about? Oh, sugar tax.
The sugar tax. Yeah.
Sugar tax. Did you guys have any
In
sugar
fact,
tax?
I want to give a wee shout out to Taylor. Taylor can comment now because Taylor had a problem for
That's
forever.
right. Taylor, welcome to the live feed.
Yeah, what happened? Why can you comment now? So Taylor, everybody meet Taylor. Taylor, meet everyone.
Yeah, Taylor.
So-
That's been at least 3 months.
Taylor's been a long time viewer, first time commenter now, because he's had this problem he can't comment.
I
And
can only think he's upgraded his. You know how like sometimes Google gets
upgrade
funny
software.
and they've gone to Google Chrome or the equivalent, you know, whatever. Must have upgraded something.
Yeah. Hey, look, hi
Yeah,
Taylor.
there you are,
Hey.
Taylor. Good lad. So Taylor's been really great. He's been following us and commenting.
Taylor comments on Facebook all the time and it's constantly asking, I can't comment on the live feeds, what's going on?
Yeah, and we can't really help you because if for any reason you were blocked, we would never see
I
your
know.
comments telling us you can't comment, if you know what I mean. It just wouldn't happen.
I know.
So we were seeing your comments, we didn't know how to solve your problem. So, yeah, happy days.
So yeah, anyway, Taylor's an awesome guy and everyone make him welcome, which you already are. So thank you.
So what we're talking about, sugar tax. Do you guys...
The sugar tax, yeah. So obviously, is there a sugar tax in the US though?
I'm
Is it
not
just
sure.
the UK?
They've certainly started. So what happened in the UK was they brought down a sugar tax on sugary drinks. So what happened was anything that's got more than 8% sugar per 100 ml, well 8%, gets a levy. Now the levy's placed on the manufacturer. It's up to the manufacturer if they pass it on to the customer. Now at the time it just felt like shit. There's another bloody tax. Like everything we enjoy, our alcohol, not that I smoke, but cigarettes and your cars, anything was getting taxed.
I know,
right?
yeah.
And then they brought in the sugar tax, and it was to curb the whole kind of fizzy drink thing. Because in Scotland is a bad thing. I guess Iron Brew's a bad one, right?
Yeah. But Iron Brew, actually, there's an interesting fact that in terms of soft drinks, Coca-Cola is the most popular soft drink in every single country in the world except Scotland.
Is that right?
Because it's Iron Brew. Everyone should go and buy an Iron Brew right now.
Although they've actually changed.
They've changed the recipe, so apparently it's still good though.
Well, I don't know if a funny story, right? So years ago, it used to be this. You know, when growing up, there's general kind of underlying things like you don't drink a Diet Coke or a Diet Iron Brew. That's like you just don't do it. It's not masculine, right? So it was to do with Iron Brew, and they're like, oh, don't drink Iron Brew. If you drink Iron Brew, you're going to get bullied. And so we would actually, I never bullied anyone, but I would join in. If somebody else was going, oh, you're drinking Diet Iron Brew, I would laugh. I'd be like, hey. Until I realised I was at my dad's one day, and my dad, I used to see my dad every Saturday, and we'd always get Iron Brew, right? And basically, I remember one day I was like, oh, I fancy another drink of Iron Brew. I was like, Dad, can I have another Iron Brew? He said, help yourself, lad. Went through the kitchen. Here's Diet Iron Brew. I was like, Dad, Faja. There's Diet Iron Brew here, sir. He's like, aye, your favourite? I was like, no. I was like, you just didn't do that. And he looked at me, he's like,
Hey,
Tilly, now come. And I was like, you didn't do that, Dad. He's like, I've been buying it for you for weeks. Nala, come here. 2 seconds. Come here.
Sorry, yeah, we're clapping because the pups respond to clapping, or most of the time if they're paying attention. It just gets them away from the road and the other people. There's currently an old couple right there who look sweet and don't really want to be bothered by dogs.
Lie down.
Where is the dog? There's 2 dogs. I've got a wee funny story about my sweet old granny.
Yeah.
Tilly pups, come. Tilly, come. Tilly! Come. Good girl. Good girl. Sit.
Poor old
Girl.
dears have gone out the wrong door and tried to go out the wrong gate too. Well, never mind. Show us Tilly.
Show us Tilly. It's Tilly. So yeah, my story about my sweet old granny, okay? So my granny was old before she was old. She was just one of those ladies that was just funny.
2 seconds, I'm going to help these old dears. Hold on. 2 seconds, I'll help you.
Tilly pups. Tilly, come. Tilly pups, come. Good girl. Good girl, darling. Good girl. Right, up you come. Come say hello. Come on, up you come. Good girl. Right, look, we're talking to these people, these 3 people here. You're going to say hello. So, where are the kilts? The kilts are where the kilts should always be. Yeah, so my story, my speaking granny, right, up down. Yeah, so my granny, so we're actually Catholics, very. My granny especially was quite church going. She was just this kind of Christian lady, and every year she would, maybe not every year actually, but she would go to Lourdes. And do these tours. It was like an old person's tour. With bus trips and everything else. She would do this, and she would get the holy water from Lourdes.
Oh shit!
Right,
Yeah.
and so she would bring it home with her. And at this point, my granddad was a builder, and he actually developed asbestosis because he was working with asbestos all the time. And ultimately, that's what he died from. But while he was ill, my granny would make him like a cup of tea, and have some of this holy water from Lourdes. And she'd always just put a wee drop in it because she believed that it was like, it was healing him.
Yeah.
And it was sweet. It was sweet. And after he died, she still had this holy water, and she kept it in the cupboard next to the Diet Iron Brew. That's what was sprung to mind.
Oh, really?
So it was this like cold, dark cupboard that she kept. It's like a pantry in a way. Okay, it's a cold, dark cupboard. She would keep the Diet Iron Brew in the Lourdes, and she'd be like, Stephen, son, Stephen, feel that bottle. She was like, feel it. Still cold. That's from Lourdes. That 6 months old. That is 6 months old, and it's still cold. It's still cold. That's how holy that is. I says, Gran, it's been in a cold, dark cupboard for 6 months. Of course it's cold. You can put it in the fridge and it'd be cold. Anyway, that's my funny wee story because it's Diet Iron Brew. Well, we used to always go to the cupboard for the Diet Iron Brew.
Well, I got stuffed because, like I say, my dad had been buying me Diet and Brew for the best part of 2 or 3 years. But of course, because he always served us in the glass, we just slugged
you never
down.
knew. Oh no!
Never noticed. So, the point, which is the reason I was telling that story, was that when people talk about the change in Iron Brew, I don't think I would notice it. I think I would just drink it now and be like,
yeah.
I don't drink it
Because
often
you
enough to
don't.
notice
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like I drink Iron Brew like randomly.
Yeah. The thing is, if Glenlivet changed their recipe,
Well, get to fuck. We'd be right up that. We'd be right up that Glenlivet. If you're watching, if you change that recipe, motherfuckers, and we will be there, and we will. I don't know, but what we'll do, it'll get fucking. We'll be the Kilted Hulks.
just when we were trying to get sponsored by Glenlivet, he went and called them motherfuckers.
If you change your recipe, I will fucking go Kilt Hulk. You'll see the Rab Hulk. He's more than red. Fucking tell you that right. Talk to us, Bruise.
Bruise?
Bruise?
Like a bruise?
Like a bruise? Stop swearing, young man. Okay.
Young man.
Matching singlets. It's funny when you call a vest a singlet. Eh?
Yeah.
On my way. Love you guys. Happy weekend. Joey,
Legend
weekend.
as always.
happy dude.
Joey, I think I need some fashion advice from you. I need to help the wife more. And the wife's got perfect fashion advice. I just want to be able to help her more. That sounded wrong. Anyway, I was thinking about Joey today when she was like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, sure, that looks great. I wish Joey was here.
Look at Glenn. My middle name is Limit. Oh, what a guy. How far you call me FaceTime? Oh, what a guy,
Joey.
Joey. What kind of guy?
Or Skype. Joey, I need your number then if I'm going to FaceTime you.
Don't give it on the live stream when you have everybody FaceTime.
Yeah. Email it, and I will FaceTime you when I'm shopping with the wife.
Yeah. You'd be like, Joey.
Wouldn't that be cool? Imagine going shopping with my wife and I say, just going to phone Joey, FaceTime him.
Brilliant. What a guy. It's funny, I was driving into town, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a big poster for Lionel Richie. Now, Joey doesn't look like Lionel Richie, but Joey's posted pictures when he's young. I've told you I think of Joey every time there's ice in the window.
Yeah.
Because I use my Lionel Richie now to screen the ice, right? But Joey's posted pictures of when he was younger, and he looks like a young Lionel Richie. So whenever I see Lionel Richie of any age, he's on a billboard down by the fire station.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, hello! Was that them?
Behave.
Was that them? Didn't sound like their bark. Rod Stewart or Scuba Steve? Scuba Steve's in there.
I don't know if that's a competition, is it?
I don't know.
How about both?
Glenn's like, I look like an old Nicole Rich. Nicole Richie, that's right. She used to be friends with Paris Hilton, didn't she?
She did, yeah.
She did, indeed. So we never really answered. Sugar tax.
Are we still on that?
We're still on sugar tax, yeah. So yeah, basically, companies brought in, and they brought in a sugar tax. So what do you think about sugar tax?
Sugar tax. I think the sugar tax is ultimately, it has the essence of being a very good thing. Unfortunately, I may be a bit cynical here, but I just think it's another way for the government to make more money.
Yeah.
Because ultimately that's what they do, right?
It's funny when we looked at the facts of that, right? So the government, the treasury.
Yeah.
These little guys with gold coins. I picture them as goblins, actually. They're like, yes, if you change this
My
legislation,
precious.
yes. They reckon 500 million they generate from it. But a whole bunch of drinks company went, fuck you, and then reduced the sugar content in their juice, which ultimately I guess that's what they were trying to achieve. And then the treasury's like, actually it's more like 200 odd million. So they lost a lot of revenue there.
I mean, ultimately, yeah, it is a very much it's a government thing to combat obesity, which is totally fine. That's cool. And if it has a knock-on effect, I always think maybe it's the public's perception of what is expected, because I think what people are expecting is like bring the sugar tax and everybody's health and fit, and everything's cool and everyone's got energy and everything's cool. But I think if you want to save a population, you have to go for the next generation down and the next generation down after that. If that is the government's plan, then maybe they've got people, hopefully smarter than us, who are thinking about these things. Is it a way of making more money? Yes, it is. Will it save the population? I truly hope so.
Now, if I ruled the world.
Anyway, I'm going for a Jimmy Riddle. I will be back in 2 minutes.
We've got sun protection on.
Don't go anywhere.
Everyone's like, sun protection, it's on. Don't worry about it. We've just been in the sun all day. I go really, really dark. I don't really in the sun that often, so relax. Is it hot in your city, Prosony? Yes, it is. It is 23, 24 degrees, which for Scotland is like scorching. People are out cooking chickens. Hashtag sent to you both. Joey, you're a legend. Thank you, sir. Did you lose Quincy? No, Quincy's back. Quincy's there. Relax, he's there. Everybody was freaking over Quincy. It's like, he came back, he was on his holidays. London is cloudy. There used to be a TV show called London is Burning a long time ago. It was an awesome TV show. Back in the day. What's nothing? It's nothing. Because you're there. Now, Dave, you said Chris Pratt or the Tom Hardy. That's not even a competition, man. It's Tom Hardy all the way. Chris Pratt's funny, don't get me wrong, but Tom Hardy, he's the boy. He's the man. 3 degrees here. Oh, Christ. Dave's a prick. Who's a prick? Dixie, calm yourself. Don't call anyone a prick. Our girls are in the corner there. Not seen your butt a long time. Are you not on Patreon, Prosnate? You're on Patreon, they're all there. Rab, I'm like you, I have a song for everything. Happy days, Taylor. Sing away. You named your chest hair Quincy. Yes, it's been named Quincy for quite some time. I think it's because everyone was commenting how much it was like a furry animal on my belly. And, well, it deserved a name, right? Quincy just suited. I don't know if you can see these ducks right now. Oh, Matt, you're a legend. Thank you for the donation. Oh, I nearly knocked my beer over. I don't know if you can see. Can you see those ducks? See them? Would it be wrong if I started taking bets? I know there is actually real times when dogs fight and they take bets and it's cruel. But when they're playful dogs taking bets, like, I don't know, I don't think there's ever a place for it. But what the hell? What about your tube people? Tube people? There's my pups, Paul. Why not brown? You talk about the labs?
It wasn't like a pick a colour like you do with a t-shirt.
Where are you? We're at our usual place. We're just outside. So the office is the Harvester where we come.
Yeah.
But we're outside in the sun, with sun screen on, just for the record, for anyone that thinks that.
Yeah. Especially me with my pale skin.
Mr. Brown, call your labs. Mr. Brown?
Brown.
Who's Mr. Pink? I'll be Mr. Pink later.
I think I might be Mr. Pink. Come to say hello then. Come on in.
Plenty of
Say
sun here in
hello.
Arizona. Christ, Taylor, man, that must be roasting there. The Sun Devils,
he?
baby. He's in Arizona. Perth, Scotland, too bloody right, mate. Too bloody right, mate. And Alice chasing the cigarette butts.
Down.
Do you know they brought in a in Scotland? Why was it just in Scotland the alcohol minimum price? It was.
Yes, it was just in Scotland.
So in Scotland they brought in alcohol minimum pricing, right? And what it was per unit, wasn't it? And it was to stop cheap booze.
So yeah, we get a lot. Is it just Scotland or is it the UK? We get a lot of people in the UK. You must get them in the US as well, but we can't really comment on that because we're not experts on it.
Thanks, Alan, for your donation, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You must get the people in the US as well, but especially in the UK, we get a lot of people who just want to get drunk.
Yeah.
Like they don't care what the alcohol tastes like. They don't care in what form. They just want as much alcohol as they possibly can for as little money as possible. So they go and they buy things called, I don't know if we get in trouble for this, but a thing called White Lightning, which is a cider.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you get a bottle this size. It's like a 2 litre
It's
bottle.
3 litre, mate.
Is it 3 litre?
It's pretty fat.
Of course, yeah. It's a big
it's
fat
a
bottle.
badass.
So it's a big fat bottle, and it's like £4.
Yeah.
And it's like dirt cheap, and people ultimately, you get a big huge bottle of cider this size, and you just get smashed up on £4. You get extra strong lagers, you get just cheap vodka and even cheap whiskey in Scotland.
2 seconds.
2 seconds, just have to do something. And so what they did was they brought in this alcohol minimum pricing. So it's per unit of alcohol that has to be at a certain price, which means these huge big bottles of cider and the cheap ass whiskey and cider, whiskey and vodka should I say, are they're now obsolete. You just cannot get them in Scotland. And I think it's a wonderful thing, because the alcohol our alcohol, we would drink a decent beer. If we're drinking whiskey, obviously it's a good
It doesn't
whiskey.
affect us because the whiskey's already.
Yeah.
So it's not the cheap offers.
Yeah, the whiskey trade in Scotland is absolutely booming because people say, oh, do you know what? We're all buying the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, somebody very close to me, I won't name names, but a family member who means a lot to me is an alcoholic and always has been. And they happen to drink cider. And the problem is with cider, which is what we've gone through recently, is it's like battery acid. And the problem with that is it's... and then basically, when you drink that all the time, if you don't eat enough food to counteract the acid in your system, your body becomes acidic. It's just, eating fruits, or not fruits, mostly vegetables, counterbalances the pH. And otherwise, if you don't eat enough, which a lot of alcoholics don't, you become very acidic. And unfortunately, he became, he's had cancer issues, and we've been going through that at the moment. It's just fucking tough. It's tricky, it's throat and intestine, whatever, right? But the bottom line is that he eventually was drinking cider because it was cheap, it was nasty, and I'm like, Jesus, it's... And the thing is, people go through treatment for these kind of things, it's very, very tough, but ultimately, some of the things, they're going to have a drink now and again, sometimes they just don't have a drink at all, but as long as they're not drinking the worst stuff they could ever drink, they're taking away the minimum price, and if something hits their wallet, it definitely changes things, isn't it? You're less likely to get tanked up. Like,
at least makes them think about it. It just creates a thought process in their head, which is a good thing.
As I've said before, I've got family in Canada, and I remember they were telling me the story about once upon a time you could get, I don't know, was it a 5 cent beer,
5 cents.
Yeah, allegedly.
Oh.
But the way it works, I think anatomy-wise, the American Indians can't process alcohol as well as other Americans and so on, therefore. And they've got a real problem with it. And if there's not a lot to do, they were getting tanked up and just getting ridiculously drunk. The problem is in Canada, in certain territories, it gets very cold in the winter, and some of these poor souls were getting absolutely mangled, so drunk they're staggering, falling in the snow and dying.
Wow.
So I know that in Canada they certainly brought in some sort of minimum pricing based on that. So I know the American Indians struggle processing alcohol. I think the Chinese also. I think. Don't quote me on that. I've heard that before, but maybe I don't know.
A lot of Asians, and that actually includes the
that's right. American Indians. That's right.
Native Americans. Actually get, what do they call it?
There's certainly more risk of
basically they
diabetes.
get flush, so they go red when they're drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
When I was in the army, the Nepalese soldiers, the Gurkhas, there was a couple of them. As soon as they had a few beers, they would go bright red. And one of the nicknames was actually the Red Indian. Although he was Nepalese, he was just like, you just look like a Red Indian. He's just so red when you're drunk beer, and it's something to do with the makeup of the blood.
Yeah, because I think there's 4 enzymes that break down. I think it's 4 enzymes that break down alcohol, and I don't think they have the most common enzyme, or they don't have it in abundance like other people do.
Yeah.
Sort of, well, I guess from that position, we're east of them, right? But yeah, it's quite tricky, and it's interesting because I know that in certain Asians as well, they struggle with diabetes. They've got to watch. Yeah. They're more risk of diabetes, but I don't know if that's diet related and genetics as well. But I remember I had a few clients like that, and I wonder if there's a connection there somewhere.
Yeah, there must be.
But again, minimum pricing, it kind of ultimately
it stops cheap alcohol, which is a great thing. I mean, if you're going for the cheap, I mean, I don't believe for a second that given the choice, you say, right, you have any drink whatsoever, even if you took somebody who drinks this cheap cider or the strong lager or whatever, is you have a drink of your choice for the rest of the night. You can drink as much as you want. What drink would you like? Nobody would choose the cheap cider or the strong lagers or
unless I want to get drunk though.
Unless, but even then, like, you would choose something that tastes better because you want to enjoy yourself.
But I think that's what they've done though quite cleverly, is that, like, if you were wanting to get smashed, take a young 18-year-old person at uni that was maybe short of money, and that's stereotyping. Let's just use that anyway. Then if their goal is to get drunk, they don't care what it tastes like a lot of the time. That's why it's cheap and nasty.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're targeting those people in a sense. Anyone that's got a drinking problem that's just trying to get drunk.
Yeah. But so take this for an example. Okay, you take all the people who drink the cheap ciders and the cheap vodka and the strong lager because they obviously want to get drunk.
Yeah.
You take them all and you take them to their royal wedding.
Yep.
Right? And you say it's a free bar all night. You've got everything here, absolutely every single thing on the planet. What would you like to drink?
It's a free bar.
It's a free bar, right? Nobody's going to say, "Oh, I want the White Lightning cider."
That's
right?
true. That's
They'll
true.
say, "Bring me the champagne." Like, people want to, like, if you want to drink,
You want to
which is
enjoy
fine,
what
like,
you're
we
drinking.
enjoy a beer and whatnot, but you choose what tastes nice to you. It takes away this aspect of, I'm going to choose this because it's the cheapest and I just want to get drunk as cheaply as possible. It takes away all of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a great thing. I think it's genius.
It's clever because initially when they proposed it, people misreported it. The media misreported it, like, oh no, drink prices, excuse me, are going to go up. But that was wrong. What is happening is the cheap drink is going to go up. They no longer get. So actually, the stuff we drink, like our 25-year-old Glen Limit, isn't going to change the price at all, right?
It's funny because one of my clients, David, a really nice guy, he's got a few convenience stores. He used to have a lot of convenience stores, sold them all. But ultimately, he says this is great because what the convenience stores do is they obviously buy in. It's convenient, therefore that's how they make them sales. So they have shops that are local, and then the supermarkets sell at a cheaper price because it then draws people in to buy in bulk and everything else. He says this minimum alcohol pricing has been awesome for convenience stores.
Yeah.
Because now the supermarkets can't sell at discount. They have to sell at the same price.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, you've got two choices. You either go buy a crate of beer from the supermarket and drive a little bit further, or you can drive half the distance, get the alcohol at the same price, and it's refrigerated.
Nice, yeah.
So he says it's been great for convenience stores.
That was one thing I loved about Canada.
Yeah.
You had beer stores.
Beer stores, nice.
And like literally you went in and it was all refrigerated and that's all they sold.
Yeah.
But the only thing that put me off about beer stores, you guys over there will get them and you'll be more common with them. I don't like the fact, obviously they must get robbed a lot. because it's all behind like
Yeah.
severe looking glass. You walk in, you're expecting someone to be, you expect the cashier to have a gun. Other than that, I love the fact you go in and you got your crate of beer and it was all chilled. Awesome.
I was going to give a quick shout out to Alan. Alan, thanks for the compliment. He said, Stephen, you and your wife looked awesome at the races. Thanks. The wife suits the jumpsuit. I've got to say, she does.
And aloha to Hawaii. That's Ken, who's Alec Kane, his name is. So he's on, said hi.
Every time I see that, I think alkaline.
I do, that's right. And now I call him Alka Ken.
Alka Ken.
Not related to alcohol, but just Alka Ken. Yeah, I think alkaline as well, because it's almost that. That's why I eventually asked, what is your name? He said Ken. I was like, right, I'll not forget that.
Yeah.
'Cause he comments a lot, so.
Yeah, alkaline does.
I'm going to pay the water bill now.
Right, okay.
Stephen's going to talk
the
about.
girls are there, that's fine. That's fine.
When we come back, we can talk about pea culture. Or
Yeah. Rab is away for a pee, and there are certain criteria and certain restrictions and certain protocol that you should always adhere to when going for a pee in public, whether it be in the pool or in the public lavatories. He is having a slash. Yes, Glenn, he is indeed having a slash. Is that a very Scottish thing? Does anybody else, let's face it, there's very few Scottish people on here, so is going for a slash a universal, global thing, or is it a very Scottish thing? Yes, we are enjoying a warm, sunny day. Tomorrow is going to be apparently, well actually tomorrow and Sunday, Scouser says slash. Yeah, over this weekend, we are expecting the hottest weekend in 25 years. So I'm going to go to the supermarket and buy a paddling pool for the kids. We're going to have a water fight, have some beers, have a barbecue. Rab's going to come over. We might actually do some filming tomorrow. Maybe we should do a live feed tomorrow having a water fight. That'd be cool, right? Are you still... Oh, wait. There's too many people. Still on. It's been a while since I caught up one of these. Jared Bussey. Yes. It's been a while since we've been on, actually. Well, you guys don't know what hot is. Well, you know, it's all personal, right? It's all subjective. Something. So what is having a slash in the US then? Because if we're going for a slash in Scotland, it's going for a pee. The sun comes out and we run for the hills, or we run for the beer garden and have a beer. It's hot, 80 degrees F, and to be honest, we operate in Celsius, so I have no idea what 80 degrees Fahrenheit is. Taking a whiz. Kelly Lydon, I've never heard your name before. Are you new to the channel? Have you subscribed yet? If not, why not? Don't drink too much. We'll prefer Polish vodka in London. Well, I'm not a big vodka fan myself, to be honest. Alan, where are you in the world? Kelly, subscribe, but just quiet. Well, you should not be quiet. You should be loud and comment all the time. We don't really get that much humidity here. Well, it depends what you mean by humidity. It rains a lot. That's pretty humid for me. Alan's in Florida. Where in Florida, actually? One of my clients has got a house in Florida. We get about 50 Celsius. 50? No. In fact, when I was in Iraq, it was like 40, 45. So 50, I guess, yeah, you could push to that, but that's just ridiculous. Yeah, when you're in Iraq, it's funny because this as well. I missed a bunch of comments there.
Yeah. And
Robert is back.
I love a good pee. Right, we'll talk pee culture. When is it acceptable?
Apparently going for a slash means something different in the US than it does in the UK.
What does it mean in the US?
I have no idea. Apparently the Scousers say slash though. Like, away for a slash.
I've not said slash for a while. I say pay the water bill.
Yeah, it's more of a Fife thing, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm in the shade. I
can't even see the screen. That sun is so much in my eyeballs.
Hello.
It's unreal.
Hey, can we turn the table around? Can we? I don't know.
Yeah, in fact, no.
Slash
in
is Polish means
Hyphen.
What's hyphen?
I don't know what hyphen means.
What is hyphen? I don't know.
No idea. Pee etiquette. Pee etiquette.
Right. This is two of my main bugbears. Is that the right phrase? Bugbear.
I suppose, yeah.
Right. Two of my main bugbears. Okay, peeing in public. If you walk into, I'm talking to all the men here. Okay, females, tell your men this. Tell your men. If you walk into a public restroom and there are 3 urinals, pop quiz, hot shot. There are 3 urinals. There's left, there's the centre, and there's a right. Which one do you take?
There's a left, a centre, and right. I would always go right.
Okay, why?
Because I pee to the right. No, because Rab's always right.
Rab's
I always go to the right.
Right. The answer is you either go left or right. Okay, left or right, both as good as each other. You never go to the one in the middle.
Because it's like you're like hogging the place.
Yeah, because if somebody comes in behind you, they have to then stand next to you regardless. They've got 2 options, but both are next to you.
It's like the one next to Rab.
You should never take the one in the middle because they're always, when possible, you have to keep a lane free. Always keep a lane free. So you go left or right, so when somebody comes in behind you, if you went to the right, then somebody can go left, and you've still got one between you.
So then there's 2 people that are accommodating. It's not till the 3rd one comes, which you're going to have problems anyway.
And that's okay. Like, you wouldn't expect somebody to tie their penis in or not just because there's only one lane free.
Yep.
You expect them to take it, but if there's 3 lanes free, take the left or the right, never the one in the middle. That's my first bugbear. When somebody walks in front of you and then they take the middle, you're like, fuck's sake.
What's your second bugbear?
My second bugbear is when you've got your penis in your hand having a pee and somebody talks to you. So like, I'm holding my penis right now, I don't want to be talking to you.
It depends where they're looking.
I don't want to be saying, oh hey buddy, how's your weekend been? Oh yeah, having a good time tonight? Yeah, I've got my penis in my hand right now. Don't talk to me.
It's funny, I was in a bar once. No, it was a club actually. And it was the funniest thing happened. Like, it was the craziest thing happened. And then afterwards, I was chatting with someone the next day or the day after, and we had a then whole environmental chat about it. So basically, exactly as Steve described, right? So somebody went to the middle. Now I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the right. So I was standing right next to someone. But somebody then came in, this loudmouth, and he didn't want to go to the left. He was like, fuck this. There's like 2 guys there. He was obviously then. He whapped it out and peed in the sink.
Oh,
now,
no.
As much as I was like, for fuck's sake, there was 3 sinks to be fair. He peed in one of them, so obviously we didn't wash our hands in that sink. However, later on, I was chatting with somebody the next day, but we were discussing about, we talk about, in this country, we're fine for water, but there's countries that are not fine for water, right? Now you think, if you peed in a sink and then flushed, rinsed away, you'd probably use less water than you would in a toilet flushing away, right?
You would.
When is it acceptable to pee in a sink?
Because generally speaking, water spreads germs rather than cleans it.
Right.
So if you're then washing your hands, I guess it depends if you're touching the actual sink though.
I mean, say if you peed in the sink and then maybe turn the tap on while you're peeing to rinse it away at the same time.
Any potential germs within your urine would stay in the sink because water spreads on, whereas less chance of actually, if you go in the toilet, maybe more water to flush it away, but the germs are still in the toilet, whereas people may actually touch the sink.
Yeah, so from a germs perspective,
to kill germs, you need water, hot water and detergent to clean the germs, so yeah.
But in terms of environmental,
in terms of water storage,
less water,
absolutely.
Right?
Because you're going to wash, actually, there's a good point, because if you're going to wash your hands anyway, then you're going to get the soap.
Yep.
Imagine you put a little bit of soap in your hands, wash them, wash the sink, wash your hands, done.
It's that whole argument, right, between having a shower or a bath, right? So if you have a toilet, flushing is the equivalent of the bath, right? You pee in the sink, wash your hands in the same water, is that? Well, you know what I mean, you pee, not the pee water. And then I wonder if you're saving water or whether...
So if you go for a pee in the shower?
Oh, peeing in the shower, yeah. I mean, that's exactly... This is another case.
And brushing your teeth in the shower?
Well, I brush my teeth in the shower without fail, right? Just don't drop your toothbrush if you plan to pee in the shower. But when is it fine to pee in the shower? It depends
where you're having a shower and who's around.
Well, I've got a rule, I don't pee in public showers, but I would pee in my home shower.
Yeah.
I really hope my wife's not watching. But point is that I wouldn't pee in a public shower. I know probably other people do it, but I don't like to think about it. But I don't want to add to whatever they are doing.
Yeah.
A
Japanese friend.
Happy days. It's interesting because when you talk about washing hands, I was having a laugh with one of my clients, and it was priceless because we did the same thing. We didn't even realise we did it. We were talking about people that don't wash their hands in the toilets. My argument is, I think toilet doors should be a pull on the way in. Therefore, it's a push on the way out.
Exactly.
Right?
So you can kick it.
Technically, you're going in with clean hands.
Yeah.
Then you've been handling your dick with pee. You may or may not wash your hands, and then for stupid reason, every toilet door is a pull on the way out. Like, what you tend to do, you wash your hands. That's fine. But then you're grabbing a handle which is probably not being washed.
Do you know what's funny is nowadays, and I seen one of those pictures on Facebook. It was like a 3-stagers, like hygiene in today's toilets, in today's public toilets, and it was like stage 1. Touch-free soap, and you put your hands on, it's like soap. You don't have to touch anything. It's like, oh yeah,
touch-free dryer,
touch-free water, oh yeah, touch-free dryer, oh yeah, and it's a door, and you're like, ah fuck.
Yeah, you're done then. But then what happened was, this is why I was laughing with my client, was that my solution was, I used to get, now to be fair, I hulked out on this, he didn't. I grab a bit of wad of tissue, grab the toilet door handle and just leave it behind. So I pull the handle open with the tissue in my hand.
Ah, nice.
And leave it behind. He was very more articulate and took one square. Obviously, when I was chatting to him and he said that, and I said, I do the same thing. I said I just did a square too. Really, I take a wad. Fuck that handle, you know. But it's funny because if I ever walk into the toilet, if I ever see a square of tissue on the floor, I'm like, someone I know has been here.
Yeah. But you know, it's totally. Actually, I went into a public toilet one time, and it was at a service station, and it was genius. It didn't have any doors, but it was like almost like a U shape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So nobody can see in anyway. Like, a door is there to have your privacy, but even with a door, when you open it, it's like we can see in anyway.
Yeah.
So this is like a U shape. It's like nobody can see in. You have to touch anything. It was like, why do people just not just do that? I just spat on you.
It was funny, years ago they used to have in this, I don't know if you remember them, they used to have those toilets you used to pay a 50p for, and the door would lock and you do your business, right?
Oh yeah.
But when your 50p ran out, the door
would
would
open.
spring open, yeah. And I remember it was somebody had dungarees. Now, to be fair to them, because we wound them up saying, oh, they were doing the number 2, but they weren't. They actually went in, took a while to get the dungarees off, peed, tried to get the dungarees back up, was struggling, washed their hands because of the basin, and then the door hung open for the dungarees up. So it's funny with the way memory function works. We remember him being sat on the pan, but he wasn't. He was actually trying to get his dungarees up when the door sprung open. So yeah, there's a bit of pee humour, right? Pee etiquette.
Pee etiquette. It's actually very, very important, you know.
Well,
in
what's
today's society?
Especially, this is one thing I was thinking of, right? And this is more of a social thing. But when I was growing up,
Bye, Alan.
When I was growing up, and I reckon it's still the same now, girls like to go to toilets in groups on a night out. It's what they do. They go in, they chat. I don't know. I know lots of girls that have told great stories of meeting people in the toilets, either sharing. They're retouching their makeup, or they're just chatting in general, whatever they're doing.
And become best friends.
Right. But this whole, the whole kind of, there's a lot of issues in the world at the moment to do with gender
Anne's
equality. Oh, bye, Anne.
And bye-bye.
To do with gender equality, right? And whatever your views on that is by the by. But when they talk about, which toilet people should use, I'm like, fuck, why is nobody up in arms about this? The guys don't care, because the guys are like, well, we just go and pee in the guys' toilets. That's just what we do, right? But the ladies have the ladies' toilets. And imagine, like, Steve and I said, you know what, we're going to go into the ladies because for whatever reason we've got a right to. That would be an actual conversation stopper, wouldn't it?
Imagine I just woke up one day and I say, I identify as a woman.
Nala, come here. Nala, come.
Yeah, imagine that.
Come here. Yeah,
I identify as a woman today, Rab.
Therefore, you can go in the toilet now.
I'm going to the ladies' toilet today. I identify as a woman.
Yeah. So now what happens is, all the ladies in there want to have lady chat, right? And
Tilly, come.
Stephen walks in. He's like,
Tilly,
hello.
come. Come. She'll lick you. She'll just keep licking you for the next hour.
A couple of horses myself.
I'll help you. Good girl. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
I'm just surprised nobody's ever addressed that yet. Like, of all the things going on, because everyone talks about what's right, and I understand there's a lot of things, but it's like, shit, like, there's a lot of people that are going to be like, who am I going to meet my friends now? Not so much the guys, because guys don't really hang out in toilets. It's just, some guys do, right?
No, they're the same age by 2 days, but different litters.
Like
Yeah.
them.
You okay with her?
I'm an animal.
Oh, that's great. She'll keep licking you, but
Yeah, I don't care.
I'll leave her with you then. Sit. Sit. Don't let her drink your beer.
So yeah, that's an issue that I think it will come up. I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
Yeah.
Because eventually, because actually, you know what was weird, right? That as much as what anyone says, the guys' toilets are disgusting. And when they talk about people using, when they talk about unisex toilets, that solves the argument, right? And ultimately,
Kelly, she.
Yeah. When they talk about when they talk about toilets and whatever, they don't realise how fucking awful guys' toilets are, do they? It's suddenly unisex toilets. We're going to infect their toilets. It's as simple as that.
Let's be fair. Generally speaking, there will be a few guys out there who will buck the trends, but generally speaking, the male sex is pretty fucking disgusting.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the toilets, right? So when everyone's fighting for unisex toilets, like, nah, I think there should be a guy's toilet, unisex toilet, purely for hygiene reasons.
Yeah.
Just to kind of solve it.
It's more to make us feel more comfortable. I mean, we can go to the guys' toilets and say, do you know what? I can relax here. I'm fine.
Yeah.
See when you go to like a friend's. Imagine you're actually at the royal wedding and you had to go to the toilet. You'd be like, oh shit! Like I didn't make sure that I clean up every single little speck of pee that I dribble on this porcelain. And a little spray of perfume on.
I bet you sit down to pee.
But you wouldn't dare dream of like pooing the Queen's toilet. Just think, the Queen actually has to poo.
No, she doesn't.
Does she have it suctioned out?
Yeah, it's not her diet.
Syringe.
Her diet is so perfect. Her body utilises everything.
There's no waste.
It was a royal flush. I'm guessing he's missing. She's away as well. Fuck her. What the heck did I just cleaning up pee? What kind of topic is
Stephen
this?
Perry, you know us by now. Come on.
Matt said it is beamed out.
Imagine you. The thing is there such a thing as the perfect diet? Because let's face it, we all poop. Therefore, there's always waste.
Do you know the funny story about that? Was years ago when we worked in Bannatynes, one of the girls ran through. She's like, I just did the perfect poo. We were like, what's the perfect poo? And she was showing pictures of it in the toilet.
No.
And to be fair, it was like this just perfect little poo.
The thing is, it's only a perfect poo when, okay, there is no sign of it. Ghost poo. You ever heard of ghost poo?
Yeah,
so
disappears.
basically, so you go for a poop, you're pretty damn sure it came out, but then there's no sign of it in the toilet. You wipe your bum, there's no sign of it on the tissue. There's no smell. You're like, you don't have to flush. You're like, what the hell?
It's a ghosty.
That's a ghosty, yeah.
Bit of pure humour. Can't go wrong, eh? So yeah, so with the whole what's going on in the world with in terms of gender equality, etc., and whatever your views, yeah or nay, when they talk about the toilets, because that question comes up all the time, I think they seriously need to take it into consideration. They should do a tour of men's toilets. Real tour, like go around 1,000 men's toilets, and I guarantee you 900 of them are disgusting.
Yeah, just say, do you really want this in your clean toilets? Remember, Rab and I used to run our businesses from Bannatynes, and obviously they've got males and females toilets.
Yeah.
And every now and again there'll be maintenance. Our maintenance guy was a male. Obviously that's why I call him maintenance guy. Yeah. Okay? And if there's maintenance to be done in the ladies' toilets, what they would do, they would just swap them over. So that the guy could just carry on all day and just get it done. So in the meantime, we were like, we got the ladies' toilets for like a couple of weeks at a time.
Oh man, that was bliss.
Man, it was awesome. We were like, holy shit.
Just go in and it smelled lovely.
Ultimately, it was like a mirror image of the guys, right? It's the same
tissue
size.
was folded to an arrow.
Honestly, it was cool, right? We're like, they're spoiled.
I know.
Like, it was just smell, and it was just like, oh man. You go in and you're like, ultimately it was a mirror image, but we're like, it's just so much nicer.
Yeah.
We want to stay.
Yeah. It used to happen as well with the changing rooms, not just the toilets. Because they'd swap the changing rooms over as well, sometimes as well. The entire changing rooms, whenever they're doing something in the pool, they'd have to swap them over because of the maintenance. Yeah. So, I think they need to take that into consideration. I think what you need is, you can't.
Well, basically what we're saying is, women, don't do it. Don't do it.
Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your toilet.
Yeah,
that's the place that you guys have your social life.
You've got better hygiene than the males. Just don't.
Yeah. There should be a male, a female, and a unisex toilet, or the male toilet, which is the stinky toilet. So the stinky toilet, the social toilet, And the unisex toilet.
Yeah,
There we are.
yeah,
Problem solved.
If you want to go into the stinky toilet, just put a badge on and say, I'm okay with the stinky toilets, and just go into the males.
Yeah. The thing is, you can be a woman and go into the males as long as you've got your badge on that says, I don't mind stinky toilet, right? If you don't mind a stinky toilet, come in the males. We don't care, right?
Yeah, we don't care at all.
It just stinks. And you have to boil yourself when you leave, right? Or grab a wad of tissue from the handle. I still don't know why they're not either automatic doors or push doors. I don't get that.
Yeah, it's always just a push door.
Push door.
It's just a kick here.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Even
kick
a
with the
kick
bottom.
paddle.
Yeah,
That's
kick
right.
with the bottom of your foot. Just do that.
I don't know why it's not.
It's funny because see when you get a pull handle and they're usually the long ones. You always like, do you grab at the top or the bottom? You never
Yeah.
grab right in the middle, right?
But you know what the problem is with that? I used to think, right, I'll grab the top because no one will grab the top. But then I'm like, but I've thought like that. So other people thought. So I'll grab the bottom and then I'm like, well, there's short people in the world.
Yeah, but then it's not just the top corner. If you grab the bit that comes out this way and actually pinch grip it, because nobody would do that, but everyone has to just pull it.
Yeah,
but if you pinch
yeah.
the bit that's actually coming this way, you have to pinch grip it and do this way, and nobody touches that bit.
Yeah. Or you're like, in fact, you know what? I'll just wait till someone comes in and lets me out. You stand there like,
But then you're also overthinking it because sometimes I think, okay, well, I pinch grip the top bit, right? Then less than say 2% of people have actually touched that bit. But then maybe I think, well, maybe the germs are waiting there, waiting for somebody else to touch it so they can spread. Whereas the other ones, the germs will be touched so many times that they spread to other people anyway, and therefore it's clean again.
yeah. It's funny when you see old germs, it just reminds me of home economics. So we did the home economics class and they used to do this like scene of the kitchen, right? And whenever they cut the raw food, and it'd be this glow, this red glow, and then whenever they then touched next, the red glow went there and it spread.
Oh, yeah,
so I think of that. The toilet handles this big red glow.
yeah. And you see it in 3D, but it's imaginative.
Yeah. And then basically whenever they've touched, so you just assume that with the toilet door, right?
Yeah. Do you ever try and grab it with your foot, like say if it's like one of those handles, like actually like try and get your foot inside and like this.
Yeah.
And when you don't get quite right and you lose your balance, you fall over and you're like your legs stuck up in the air and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm stuck now.
Well, I had a sore on one of the pubs because the door was quite heavy and somebody was just in front of me and I reached forward with my foot and it had one of those like shutter door, not a fire door, but like it closes so far and at the last minute it closes on the mechanism.
quickly, yeah.
So I stuck my foot in there and the mechanism kicked in. It wasn't that bad, but it caught my foot right on the corner because I stretched. I was like, I'm going to stop this door so I don't have to, because you feel clever when you don't have to touch the door, right?
Definitely do. Catch it right on the spot.
So that's pee etiquette, right?
Yeah.
So what's been happening with coaches recently? We've had a lot more clan members, right?
Clan member, yeah, the clan is growing. So we've actually streamlined the business completely and the clan is really cool right now.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of it actually. It's just this nice little community.
So basically now you can get a 12-week transformation if you want. If weight loss is your goal, it's in there. I'm actually following a program at the moment. I'm doing Becoming Bane, which is a bulking program actually. Which is going to be, it's going to have videos, it's going to be full, like it'll be like the 12-week transformation for weight loss, but the opposite way around, which is coming to the clan soon.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the Batman.
You want to be Batman?
Batman.
That stems to that conversation with Batman and Bane, right?
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing, and I'm doing sort of market research at the moment, I'm trying to put together the program, one of which is actually taking up a martial art. Now, this is something that Rab has done previously in his younger days, but judo. So I've taken up judo because it's part of my Batman program. If you want to take on the criminals and fight crime, then you have to be able to handle yourself. So at the moment, yeah, I'm 3 weeks into learning judo and I'm getting my ass kicked.
Yeah.
Or thrown, should I say, not kicked, thrown. Whereas Sexy Dr. Evil, he's actually, I'm going on holiday with Sexy Dr. Evil.
You'll need to go live a few times and punt him. Not punt him, as in like...
Actually, no, I need to show you a picture of Sexy Dr. Evil. Glenn, you stay right there.
Taylor, my Bane plan would be perfect for you, sir.
I've got...
Hello, guys from Spain. Wait, Rahul's on as well. Yay, Scottish Puts Live.
Before I went away...
Excuse me.
The phone, we're on live, sir.
We're on YouTube at the moment.
It's America. America. The US.
You're talking to somebody. You can see it.
No,
Well, I can see their comments.
we're currently talking to 46 different people.
I'm fucking sorry. I'm probably right. Where's these two ducks?
They're in there.
What do you mean, what I use?
Yeah, we're live, so we're chatting to them right now.
I've offered you this. I fucking said in a bus for Glasgow there. I was going to Inverness and I missed it for you said there was one there, and they were there. Sorry, come here.
Well, we're kind of live with our audience. No, it's us.
Tell me who Just looking for a bit of company, huh?
Well, fair enough.
What is it you do like?
Well, we're kind of live at the moment, sir.
We're
Chatting to our audience.
Yeah,
Well,
have you heard of YouTube?
Aye.
So basically, on YouTube you can create an audience. So we've got a lot of people in our audience all across the world, and every now and again we can go live, so we can actually speak to them live. So they can comment to us and they can ask us questions, and then we can respond live. So we've got 48 people. Like, I'm going to show you. Look.
Yeah, come sit around here. You better sit around this side.
So this gentleman
Oh,
right
fuck,
here.
I can see myself there.
Aye,
Exactly.
exactly.
Bastard,
You better sit around here.
So you're
I
posting.
can see these bit.
Aye.
My
That's
daughter
right.
does
What-
all
what's
that.
your name?
Sit around here.
Donald McKay.
Right, Donald.
Donald.
Sit around here, sir. Sit around this
Everybody, can you say hi to Donald?
side. You sit here, Donald, and then you can all see
Donald,
it.
come
Oh,
around.
right.
Come around that side, sir. It makes it easier. Right, there you are. Now, this is Donald. We've just met him. Now, Donald is learning how YouTube works right now.
Say like, hi Donald, hi Donald.
Donald,
Okay,
right,
so
yeah.
you're live
This
across,
is that.
across the world.
Well, they're all saying it there. So, Donald, you missed your bus, sir.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Donald, where's your trousers?
Yeah, right, yeah.
You gotta say it for the song.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was called after.
a lot
Is
of
that
people
right?
here are
Business
American.
results,
Yeah, a lot of them Americans, they love the whole Scottish culture.
Could I ask you, what is it you do? What do you work at? What you? You're a
fitness.
weightlifter, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so are you. Eh?
Oh, thanks for adding that one in.
No. I just had a look.
I know he's got bigger arms than me, it's alright.
Don't come here, I looked at Jesus, I said, fuck you. Believe me, for a small guy, I used to be super fat.
What was it you used to do?
I was a footballer.
Footballer,
Yeah,
happy
right.
days. What position?
Yeah,
So you guys, that's soccer. Just keeping this right. Keeping it real
in
for them.
America,
Yeah. And who do you play for?
That's right, yeah.
Who do you play for, Donald?
It was just junior team.
Yeah,
Right,
my
okay.
brother plays junior teams. They're good.
No, he's this is a drink. He fucking try a lot.
I know, double team you. Yeah, my brother plays junior football, so
Yeah.
it's a good level. It's just, well, junior and amateur are,
Oh, I'm fucking talking 40 years.
but it's still the same similar level. It's one step down from professional. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
So-
it's harder.
Yeah, you got to work harder.
harder.
Right? Yeah.
It's harder. Football, you don't get football.
What position did you play in?
What was that? Inside, right? Kind of midfield.
Oh, midfield.
You know,
Yeah,
just
nice.
fucking Kick a ball.
So for anyone that follows soccer, that's midfield left or right?
Yeah,
Right, so hello
right foot.
Donald from Boston.
No, if you buzz your
No, this boy's from Boston.
This guy's from Boston, he's saying hi Donald.
Oh, right, tell the
So
guy.
Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Massachusetts.
His name's
that's
Donald.
it.
No.
His
He's
name's-
saying hello, Donald, and he's from Boston,
What's
Massachusetts.
he called? Philzy.
Philzy.
His name's Philzy.
I tell him. Thanks very much.
Well, you can tell him
Well, tell
yourself.
me yourself.
Thanks very much.
There you are, happy days, sir. So Donald's missed his bus, and then you're getting the bus at East Kilbride.
There
did
you
you
go.
say?
No, Buchanan Street in fucking Glasgow. It was
Oh, really?
20 to 5 the bus was at, and they come on in the middle of that. No, the bus is no here for another 40 minutes. It's right, I'll go for a pint. And then they went out, a pub, one pint. There 10 minutes before. They can't.
If you ever come to Scotland, you have
Wait.
to go to Glasgow.
Nala!
Oh shit. 2 seconds, buddy. Nala!
What's her one's name?
This is Tilly.
Tilly. I know Tilly.
Tilly Pops, come.
Fucking
Good
likes
girl.
you to death, didn't
Oh,
she?
aye, she's a
No,
lick-
some. I
she's
had
a
a
lucky
bleeding
duck.
fire when I caught my fight.
don't you mean,
But
eh?
she fucking liked that way. She liked the fucking drink.
Surprised she didn't eat your finger, eh?
I've naked. Oh, she did. She did. I didn't mind, didn't it?
Donald,
I
show the
just tried to
audience.
keep it
Show,
quiet.
show the audience.
Right.
How did you lose that?
I said, you better be glad she didn't eat your finger. He said she did.
A quick story, guys. I'm
I love stories. Give us a story.
I'm going to Inverness, but I'm going to name. Just let me
Aye,
buy
aye.
Inverness.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a sister and a brother-in-law. My brother's not a friend. I'm going to annoy her again fucking Sunday night.
All right,
so
yeah.
this is me heading for it, but I'm going to have a weekend with my sister and my brother-in-law.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's gone with me, so it's just on a plane for there and off.
Yeah.
Off. That I was scuffing the building, I dropped off it and fucking went, cut it. Dirty fine.
Yeah, the ring on your pinky.
That's at fucking 42 years old.
God, God.
Never wore a ring in my life. Never wore a ring in my life. Fucking that man.
Right, here's a question for you. Did you understand any of that?
I can tell you fucking
We did, but they won't.
I understood every single word of it, but
yeah, no, they don't. Nah.
We've
As a
had
matter of fact, Trump's might own the
listen. We've had to slow our speech down a lot, just so our American audience can.
Because they say we talk fast. We're like, listen faster.
Well, the Inverness, they talk like fucking.
They do have a different accent. Do you know what's amazing in Scotland? We're not that big, but the accent varies from like 50 miles here there.
Do you ken? I said, who the fuck's ken? Right, I was in a pub one day for all day, right? I went and played a game of golf with my brother-in-law to me at a pub. I was sitting there, he was a cracking me guy. He said, you Ken? Yeah. I said, Ken, who the fuck is this? Ken. Do I know him? Is he here? My brother-in-law says, no, that's... Do you know him? I said, who the fuck would I know you be fucking name? This is my first time in the pitch.
Well, because we are Fifers, we would say, we used to say,
I used to stay in Burn Island.
Nice.
You're a Fifer
for
then,
7 years.
Nice. Yeah. So for you guys watching, Burnt Island is about a 20-minute drive from where we grew up. Probably down by the coast, isn't it?
Whereabouts in
Well, we were Glenoffice.
Oh, you in Glasgow?
What they call the mutant overspill of Glasgow.
School in Kirkcaldy.
My son stayed in Glenoffice.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Dale Kelly.
No.
Listen, Donald. You are now a legend across the world.
Am I?
You need to go on YouTube and look for the Kilted coaches. This will be up, and
You've got to sing, Donald, where's your trousers? The wind blow high.
I'll tell you a story, a quick story.
Anne's always on the slide.
Oh, look at Anne. She's like, it's
Anne's
Donald
asking, are you
married.
Who's Anne? Oh, she wasn't married?
She's actually from
She's from down south.
Devon?
I was going to say surfing country. What
She
is
get
it?
money.
Anne, have you got money?
No, like fucking thing. No, a lot of doing it.
Anne actually came up to see us not that long ago.
Yeah,
she was
she
good.
was-
Yeah, she was lovely.
But you go on this thing and you talk to people and they come and visit.
Well, they come and visit us here, yes. We actually went in there and met
There's
them, had a few
only
beers.
one or two of them coming.
Yeah.
If
And
the
do you go and visit them?
No, we
We're
wish we
planning
could.
to.
We wish we
We're
could.
planning
planning
to. We're planning, yeah. Well, we'll do American tour eventually.
We're going to do a wee trip to Vegas actually and
Aye.
invite a bunch of them along.
Let's
Who
go.
wants to come to Vegas with us?
Yeah, Vegas, baby.
If we bring Donald with us,
Aye,
would you come to
I'm
Vegas?
I'm going. When is it?
Someone from
I'm away
Texas
for
just said
6
hello,
weeks,
Donald. He's in there.
No, I'm away for 6 weeks.
Where to?
Oh.
No, Ulrich.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to Sweden on Sunday.
Donald.
Working on an right.
When I go to Inverness, I'm going to Nairn. I'm
Aye.
going up to stay with my sister and my brother-in-law. So
Aye.
it's me and him working the same patch.
Right,
we do
right.
the same thing, so he's gone away, so I'll just go up and spend a weekend.
Very
and
good.
Donald, Anne was saying, I have something better than money, Donald.
Aye, what's that?
Oh, I don't know. Please
Use your
specify, Anne.
imagination.
Diamonds.
Is that better than money? It's still got value.
Oh, aye, diamonds is better.
Diamonds are forever, old boy.
Aye. Tell her I'm diving, looking for fucking diamonds.
Yeah,
I
happy
had a
days.
picture I was going to show everyone, but it doesn't seem to be here.
What we said? Oh, have you not saved it to your thingy?
No, I took it with my phone, but it doesn't seem to be here. I'm very upset by that. Actually.
And whereabouts do you stay? Perth, do you?
We're just kind of over the road there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a lot of our filming for our workouts kind of in the local area. We go Dunning and all that kind of different areas. Struggling there, sir.
You okay?
Not fucking always do that.
A wee slurp of your beer, sir. That might help you.
That's what I was going.
That's what you need. A wee slurp.
Who is it? Do you work for?
No, we work for
Work
ourselves.
It's
You
our own
work, oh, you
business.
just do that for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got a channel because we make videos. We've got our followers who are now watching. So 46 of them are online at the moment.
So
And,
we've got 56,000 people who follow us.
Fans.
yeah, you could go.
Yeah.
I've got a pal down the
More-
road that's he's a Rangers supporter, a
Right, okay.
fanatical,
Uh-huh.
fanatical Rangers supporter, and he's got 100,000
Oh,
followers.
very
It's
good,
just
yeah,
all
yeah.
Rangers supporters.
It'd be the
You
same
know.
kind of thing, you know.
Well, we've got 56,000, which is more than St Johnson.
Listen, you never say that. You don't recognise Scottish football. Smallest league in the world, but it's about we've got the two biggest teams in the world.
Yeah. Yeah,
And St
Scottish-
Johnson and Celtic.
if you're a Rangers fan, you'll be like scuppering
Yeah.
around.
Like, Donald's a dick.
You can come here.
So just for our viewers that don't understand that one, so what happened is once upon the Rangers and Celtic rivalry is historic because it's also religious to a huge degree, isn't it?
Yes.
So basically in Scotland it's massive. The hatred is awful. It's crazy.
Did you ever hear
It's the
Kevin?
craziest game on the planet.
Yeah.
Celtic and Rangers game. There's no other.
That's
derby
right. It's the
but
biggest
Celtic
rivalry in the
and
world,
Rangers.
really.
Did you ever hear Kevin Bridges talking about the guy who tried they tried
Did you
to?
see him about 4 or 5 times?
There's a guy who or people who tried to bomb Glasgow Airport. It was like
Yes.
whatever it was. And Kevin,
No, they did.
yeah, but they
Yeah.
tried to. What was the guy? Was it Smeaton? The guy's name
Yes.
was.
John Smeet.
And he punched the guy who was on flames.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bridges said, he says, "You're trying to bring religious war to Scotland." He says, "We're centuries ahead of you. You haven't even got football teams yet."
Oh, we're the first in the planet.
Oh yeah. So basically, because of the Celtic Rangers rivalry, then what happened was Rangers then became financially in trouble
Yeah,
and they went
yeah,
bankrupt
definitely
and they've had to reform. They got dropped 3 leagues and they've worked their way back up to the Premiership. Problem is financially they're not as strong as Celtic at the moment, and this rivalry has gone on for so long. Some have won the league for so many years, the other ones won the league for so many years. That's why when jokes like there's only 2 teams in Scotland and you say something like Celtic and St John's, all the Rangers fans are like, because you could argue there's only really Rangers and Celtic, right?
Listen, I'm going to the toilet.
You gonna pay the water bill.
You can sit in my seat,
No, I
Donald.
was just looking at that there and you were sitting in the middle there. You look like fucking Simon Cowell and you look like that other cunt.
Which one looks like Simon Cowell?
Yeah.
Oh, thank
He's got
fuck
Quincy
for that. Thank
Quincy the glasses one. Quincy the glasses one.
I was just glad he wasn't called me Simon
Maybe
Cowell.
my vision's not that
No, your
fucking clever,
vision's
you
spot
know.
on, Donald. He looks like Simon Cowell.
So, listen, I'm not being nosy. Do you have money?
Oh, I did.
Aye,
From
what's it
advertising. Well, we've made 12 quid since we've been chatting to you.
You've earned 12 quid.
They just give us donations because they're very, very kind to support the channel.
Right.
Yeah, and then from the videos we make advertisement, and we've also got an online app which some of our clan members here, our app, we call them our clan members, and basically we give them workouts every month. There's a community, they all chat and they subscribe to it for a fee and so on. So we've got some really great people.
Oh,
we've worked with.
just
You know,
you saying that, right? It costs a fee when,
Yeah.
when we train them. I know a guy doing where I come fees, all that fucking kung fu stuff, right?
He's a ninja.
Fucking ninja, that. 6 foot fucking 40.
6
And
foot
he has
ninja,
all that
Jesus.
ninja, yeah, he has this cunt.
Yeah.
They're like, it was, we were at a golf tournament there last Friday and we were wrong. I said, I'm fucking teasing all these gangsters in Glasgow. Kid on gangsters. There's no gangster in fucking town.
Plastic gangster.
Plastic fucking. If they're a gangster, why do you need to pay someone a gun and go and shoot someone? Why not just go and shoot yourself?
Exactly, yeah. That's Scottish chat. Why not just shoot them yourself? Exactly, yeah.
But they're paying someone a cunt. But when that other cunt gets caught, he's just shooting him anyway, and he's going to jail for more time than the guy who shot him. So it's fucking daft. Who's a gangster? Al Capone was a gangster.
I was just talking about them the other day because a couple of movies made on Al Capone actually. They got him for tax evasion in the end, didn't they?
Yes,
That's unbelievable.
Sent him to prison.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it for all the murders that he committed. And fucking done it for a tax evasion. And
Yeah.
he paid the debt and never went to jail.
Did he not go to jail?
He spent about fucking 10 months in jail. It's
Jesus.
Al Capone we're talking about.
He's got the pennies.
He's got more fucking grip than Donald Trump.
Now, matey, my battery's starting to die and we'll need to get it plugged in, so we'll need to call it soon.
Okay.
And then get it on charge so we can upload it. So,
Okay.
right, so we're going to call it in the sunshine. But
It was a
Donald,
pleasure.
it's been an absolute
It was a
pleasure,
pleasure.
sir. So, Donald, you got to say bye-bye.
Listen, see if he's fucking make money through that. Good on you.
Donald, you need to say something tough in Scottish to our audience.
Oh,
Now, imagine, right?
God.
Listen, before we go. Clarissa, yes, we did, and it's actually because we're at the pub, that's at the office, and we can't, the Chicasta.
Oh, sweet. Oh,
yeah.
Happy days. Right. We need a gangster chat to finish it off. What we say, something that's gang. I'll make you an offer. You can
Arthur
refuse.
Thompson.
Arthur Thompson, Chris. He's gangster.
Well, that's the only gangster.
Right.
Yeah, come and visit Arthur. Come and visit his grave. I'll take you. I'll give you a tour.
That's a good gangster.
Right.
That was an offer you can't refuse.
Cost you nothing. Once you come
It might cost you everything though.
a tenner. free to get in, tenner of the way out.
There's no leaving it. Right, Donald, you've been a
Right,
pleasure.
lads.
Right.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks very
Right,
much.
guys.
All right.
Thank you very much. Have an awesome evening.
I'm just gonna sit
Bye.
here in the sun.